Hello, my name is Jamie Irvin. I'm the host of the Heavy Duty Parts Report, and you're watching a series called Do Rollups Make the End User the Loser? In the last video, we talked about the typical motivation behind rollups, which is economy of scale. But who benefits from economy of scale, and what impact does this have on the industry? I think if we're being cynical, we would probably say that, only the shareholders benefit from economy of scale because as the company buys up more and more locations and becomes larger and larger, it's able to generate more profit. And so only the shareholders benefit. If we're being overly optimistic, we would say that really it is something where both the shareholders and even the customers of that company are benefiting because there's more profit, but there's also lower costs. Some of those profits are passed on in the form of lowering the total cost of operation for the customer. I think if we're being realistic, we probably lean a little towards the optimistic viewpoint, but we recognize that probably the shareholders aren't making as much profit as they would like. The customers don't have as low prices as they would like. Nobody's really getting everything they want, but some people are benefiting. Therefore, profit and price can't be the only factors that we look at. To understand all of the implications of roll-ups and consolidation in any industry, you have to look at both ends of the supply chain. One of the things that becomes a byproduct of distributors using roll-up as a strategy is as they get larger and larger, they hold more and more power. Therefore, manufacturers start to adopt this same approach. And as they are trying to be able to grow themselves, they start to use consolidation and roll-ups as a strategy in an effort to be able to empower them to get access to better technology, be able to increase their economy of scale and meet the needs of a growing distributor that is getting larger and larger and holding more and more buying power. On the other end of the supply chain, fleets and repair shops, they have to think about the same thing. If they become too small, their suppliers may not value them as much, and so therefore they have to grow. And so as the manufacturers grow in size and scope and the distributors grow in size and scope, the fleets and the repair shops, they have to think about this too. If they are too small, then they may not get favorable terms, and so they need to grow in scale and size as well, and they begin to use consolidation as a strategy in order to ensure that they continue to get favorable terms and are able to operate with these growing entities that make up the manufacturing and distribution of the parts that these fleets need. Now, I know it's more complicated than that because there are other market forces at play, and we're not even really getting into the macro effect of globalization. But I want to stay focused on our industry, and I want to keep going down this line of reasoning to its logical conclusion. So, if everyone is consolidating, small, independently owned businesses start to disappear across the industry at every level: manufacturing, distribution, and end users. Eventually, as companies become larger and larger and they roll up more and more businesses, we get to a situation where we would have a monopoly. Monopolies in the manufacturing, monopolies at the distribution level, and monopolies at the end user level. I think anybody who has a basic understanding of history and of the economy, we realize that none of us want monopolies. So in the final video of this series, we're going to really talk about the full impact of these roll-ups. And we're going to talk about what can be done and what should be done. If you would like to see these videos, just comment below and I'll make sure that you get notified when these videos become available. My name is Jamie Irvin. I'm the host of the Heavy Duty Parts Report. You've been watching a series called Do Roll-Ups Make the End User the Loser? Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you very soon.
You can watch our next video. Make sure to click the like button, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.